shots after a period of play, 9-6 in favor of the Grads. Yet it's the Canada Lasers who lead the game 1-0. And that pass intended for Alex Way, just ahead of him with a little bit too much speed behind it. And that will go for icing. So a little bit of a sloppy first period for both teams. Missed opportunities, missed passes, a lot of turnovers both ways. We'll see if these clubs can settle down here in the second. This one up to Will Murray. Murray hit Way in the skates with that pass, so that causes the turnover. And the Lasers couldn't enter the zone either. Now JJ Boucher on for Will Larson. That one a step ahead of him. Chianci intended back for his point man, stolen by Stockdale, and he'll come up the right wing. And they'll still this top line for Canada having trouble entering the zone onside. I think that's 4 or 5 times this line has gone in offside. Oh, Miles Hector going for a little bit of a skate down in his own end. He had a perfect first period and hopes to continue that play in the second. Posey wins the faceoff back for Larson. Point to point over to Boucher and in. Wrapped around the goal. Carter out to stop it. Couldn't collect it. And down there to try to excavate it is Sleeth. Now open for Boucher with another chance. And they score! J.J. Boucher, his second of the night, gobbles up his own rebound and puts it in. It's 2-0 Canada. Well, Boucher showing his offensive output from the back end. His second of the night, obviously his second on the year. Well, play continues here. Beaudry backpedaling in his own end. Will go point to point for Blouin. And right back to Beaudry. Off the wall and in. Schroeder directs it down low. Navan trying to excavate it from their own end. Matten stolen there by Alex Johnston. Pass comes all the way back, not out as Beaudry saves the day. Blouin looks cross crease intended for Dan McIntyre. He ends up blowing a tire in the far corner, and that will allow Navan to get it out to center. Now a high rising shot comes in off the stick of Francis. McIntyre fending off Drouin. Near corner. Raby takes a seat on the ice, and he'll get right back up and try to keep digging. Church with a jam play in front. Rebound loose, and outstretched is Carter to make the stop. 17:33 to go in the second. And we've got a penalty called here against the Canada Lasers. And the Grads will have their third power play opportunity of the game. They are 0 for 2 thus far. Markhauser lost possession to Murray. Lasers with an opportunity to clear the zone, and they will be unable to do so. Markhauser gives chase in the far corner this time. Alex Way will collect it. Back to the Grad blue line. Now Saloom does a good job of taking that one down off his ankle and controlling it. And it's back for Besner. Besner fakes the shot, comes near side Murray. Murray for Chianci, back to Besner, point to point for Saloom. Saloom cross ice for Way. Way turns away from his man. Murray waiting behind the Canada goal. He and Way will switch places. Back down low for Murray. Murray back to the blue line, Besner. Murray along the half wall, sends it down low here for Chansey. He's ridden along the wall by Markhauser. Chance in front for Chansey, loose! And Hector was Johnny on the spot to make a good save at the top of his crease. Canada sends it down the length of the ice, and they will make changes on the penalty kill. Reynolds tripped up, and we will get another penalty here against Canada. The penalty doesn't appear to be up on the scoreboard, so I'm unaware as to how much time is left in the first penalty, but nonetheless. It will be a 5-on-3 man advantage now for the Navan Grads, and this is a key opportunity for them to try to dig into this lead. So a tripping minor will make it a 5-on-3 man advantage. And we're still waiting for the score clock to get organized. And we'll draw back for Besner. Down low, work back to the point. Besner will receive it. He's got Locatelli down low. He's calling for the one-timer. Couldn't take it in a shooting position. And it's right back for Besner. In front, Saloom winds and fires, and that one kicked aside by Miles Hector. Saloom now with a chance in the slot. Another shot comes right on Hector, and another good stop. Besner twisting and turning with it. Finds it back to Saloom, back for Besner. Locatelli back in front. They score! And Locatelli puts it in. That one off the pad of Hector and in. And the Grads have cut into this lead, make it a 2-1 hockey game. Well, the Grads will still be on the power play. And now they'll have an opportunity to tie this hockey game. Oh, that will be Michael Locatelli's first of the season. We'll wait to see who assisted on the goal. Stretch pass comes up for Murray. Murray, Boucher getting his stick up in the face of Chansey, and he avoids a high sticking call. Schroeder does a good job of digging that one away and sending it down the length of the ice. Out to play this one is Carter. Carter wraps it along the wall for Murray. Murray will get the legs churning inside of his own zone. Makes his way by Sleeth. And then fires one in. Rips around the wall. Chansey takes it. Back to the point. That one just squeaks loose. And Connor Noonan off to the races. Noonan shorthanded chance. And he airmails that one over the goal. Now Murray. Murray will have to wait for Osborne to come back out and in. And now it's Jed Raby. That one off his skate towards the goal, ends up behind the net. Comes back out in front, and slapping at it was Way. He couldn't take it. Way puts it in. Hector will wait for Boucher. Boucher couldn't connect with Markhauser. And now Chansey will move it in. Markhauser quickly to Noonan. Noonan lost it in his skates and was unable to clear the zone. This time Noonan will settle it down and move it to Stockdale right wing. Stockdale turning in the near corner. Cycled. Back to the point, Beaudry. Waits, takes. That one kicked aside by Carter. And Manderville will control. Manderville. Canada getting their cycle game going. Now Manderville fending off checks. Back behind the goal. Barbin couldn't take it. And down below the Navan net is Cam Beaudry. Beaudry back to the point. Stockdale manning his position for now. That one high off the glass and careens out. And now another chase for the disc. Pickering couldn't catch up with it. And Manderville moves it to Nocita. Nocita skate to stick, peels his way in front of the slot and just taken off of his stake on a good chance. Stymied by Navan. Stockdale up through center. Nocita couldn't take it, and this one goes for icing. 12:54 to go. Middle frame. Canada holding on to a 2-1 advantage. .237 to go in the second period between the Nationals and the Lumber Kings. Pembroke still up by a score of 1-0 in that game. Kicked aside by Hector for corner. Manderville. Canada couldn't clear. It's sent back in and Sanders will be the first to it. Beaudry pumps him along the end wall. Fabro centering pass couldn't connect. And finally, Nocita will gather it up and put it high off the glass and out. Besner being watched by Stockdale. He escapes his check. And then the Grads will try to come out, but no pass could be connected. And right back the other direction come the Lasers and McIntyre for Johnston. Rebound, and McIntyre fanned on that opportunity. Now it's Chartrand. Chartrand lifting one high through the air out of the zone. And the Grads will regroup. Clearing attempt knocked away by Canada. Johnston giving chase on the forecheck. And that one off the glass and out. Icing is waved off. Boucher, a couple of goals tonight from him. McIntyre will finally collect it. And Sleeth taken down, no penalty there. Miles Hector communicating with his defensive crew. The ref getting in the way of that clearing attempt of McIntyre. But the Lasers will get it out nonetheless. Here's Sleeth up the right wing. Sleeth goes cross ice. Schroeder will jar with his man. Sleeth gets to it. Back in front. One-timer opportunity. Rebound. Chance for Schroeder. Kicked aside by Carter. Sleeth. Turning, twisting away from traffic. Back to the line. Markhauser with an open shot. It was a low shot that came in on Carter. And he made the stop. Now this Laser line working hard in the offensive end. Flipped up. Jed Raby to it. He's got Reynolds on a stretch pass. It was going to be a breakaway if he could connect with him, but it had a little bit too much mustard on it and got by him. Now Stockdale steals the puck. Stockdale twists away from a hit. Trying to move his way into the slot. Couldn't get a shot away. Raby intended for Reynolds. Reynolds, as we mentioned earlier, was a former OHL player. He spent time with both the Owen Sound Attack and the Flint Firebirds in Major Junior. And it shows out there. He's a fast player. He's got a ton of skill in his game, and he really stands out at this level. Here's Manderville. Manderville tried to center one for Nocita. It hit a body along the way, and the Lasers keep it in the offensive end. Stockdale. Manderville taken down. Now flipped up. That one will get out. And the Grads away. Brad Estrada in front for Reynolds. Hector at the top of his crease. Couldn't stop it. And the Grads have tied the game at 2. Well, it was difficult to see whose stick that went off of. But I'm going to guess that Reynolds got the goal. He's the first one to the bench. And it looks like he's a little bit hurt as he gets right off the ice. If Keenan Reynolds was in fact the goal scorer, as I said, it was tough to see who really put it home. That would be his first of the season, and we've got a tie ball game, folks. here midway through this hockey game. Back to starting from scratch. The Canada Lasers had a 2-0 lead, both goals courtesy of JJ Boucher. Oh, that lead is no more. Way with a shot, a rising shot in on Hector, glove down as he saw it all the way. We've got 9:07 remaining in the second. Trevor Posey's line will come out. Take this defensive zone draw. Way is kicked out of the face-off circle in favor of Chansey. Boucher with some time and space to get it out. That one gloved down by the Grads, and they call that a hand pass. As apparently it wasn't quite inside the zone yet, so the face-off will come into Grad territory. So in our only other game going on at the moment in the showcase, the Lumber Kings lead the Rockland Nationals still by a score of 1-0. That's after 2 periods of play. And Rockland out shooting the Lumber Kings 25-10 through 2. Sleeth gathers it and moves it up to Posey. Posey turning on the Jets. Gets it into the Grads territory. Here comes Boucher with a slap shot in on Carter. And he does a good job of seeing that through traffic and holding on for the face-off. Still having more trouble with the draws, as the refereeing crew didn't like what they saw, and so they'll redo things here. It'll be Sleethen to take this face off. Off the glass and out from Navan. Sent right back in by Sutherland. Saloom first to it. Saloom chips it out through center. And Markhauser will jump on his horse back to get it. Off the end wall, Sutherland. Chipped up by Sleeth. Posey, one hand on his stick, hits Schroeder. Schroeder will wheel back and start out for Canada. Comes in, right wing, high rising shot up over the net. McIntyre now. Sinclair couldn't gather. Point to point now for Sutherland with a drive that comes in. And a rebound chance, but that one is stopped by Carter. Well, our second player spotlight tonight showcases Grads 20-year-old defenseman Zach Saloom, the captain of the Grads organization for now the 3rd consecutive year in his 5th year overall in Junior A. He's a native of Orleans, Ontario, and who actually has a big-time offensive threat coming off the back end. Last year he appeared in 58 games, 13 goals, 39 assists, 52 points as a defenseman. And Saloom has committed next year for the 2018-19 season to the Rochester Institute of Technology, where he will enter in criminal justice. And he said he models his game after Penguins defenseman Chris Letang, who is obviously a very offensive defenseman himself. Dan McIntyre with it. Here's a chance for Sinclair. That shot blocked along the way. Turning with it down low. Back to the point, Beaudry. Beaudry shot, that one tipped on to Carter, and he makes an easy save. 6:53 to go here in the second. Thanks for joining us on Hockey TV. Brett Bonesteel bringing you this broadcast. of the CCHL Showcase Labor Day weekend. Always an exciting time here at the Bell Sensplex. We've got a packed house here full of scouts from youth sports in Canada, from the NCAA, to even a lot of NHL clubs taking a look. We all know the CCHL is a great stepping stone league. They love to move players along. That's really the goal and the mantra of the CCHL. Markhauser controls, stops on a dime. Far circle, patted away from Carter. And here around to Sutherland. Sutherland comes in off the point. Nosita will take his position. And now the Grads move it out to center. Chance here for Navan. Great shoulder save made by Hector, and that one just gets out of play and hits the netting. As Estrada's looking good once again. In this game, he's got 2 goals already on the season. Navan showed a lot of fight yesterday. They were down 4-1 after 1. They came back in the second, won that period 3-2. We're down 6-4 heading into the third. And then the Lumber Kings got 1 third period goal to take that game 7-4. And once again, Manderville making moves at the blue line, and that's causing his line mates to go offside as this top unit for Canada continues to have trouble with cohesiveness. Sleeth, Noonan, Schroeder, Beaudry, and Boucher, the 5-man unit out there for Canada. And Canada wants to make yet another change. I think Beaudry might have an equipment issue, so he'll head to the bench. And Eric Sutherland will come out in his place. Connor Sleeth, right wing shot blocked. Back to the point. Sutherland will keep it in. And the Grads will move it now. Off the wall out. Reynolds trying to make his way by Sutherland. He blows a tire on it. Jam play at the side of the net. Hector couldn't get a glove hand to it. And Reynolds will collect behind his own goal. He's watched closely by Sleeth. Puck comes for Noonan. Head manned out. Here's Tanner Schroeder up the left wing. Stops up at the left circle. Here's a big collision out in front of the ice. No bodies go down. That was J.J. Boucher. Wrapped around far side. Off the glass. That one does poke its way out to neutral ice. And the Grads enter on side. Reynolds fending off Manderville. Schroeder comes in to help. He puts him to the ice. Now Stockdale gets away, and the Lasers have numbers away. It's a 4-on-2 break. Stockdale for Markhauser. Markhauser looked out in front, and just getting a stick to that was the Grads defense. Now Manderville will chuck it down low. Stockdale back to the point. Nosita. The line turned over to Navan. Off to the races is the speedy Alex Way. Way with a short side pass out in front. And no Grad there to finish it off. Manderville off the wall out to safety. Saloom will calm things down for his Grads team. And they get out to center. Chansey. Chansey had Murphy busting his way to the goal. Besner will come up off the point. Quick backhand chance in front. That one turned away by Hector. Luca Nosita flips one in by Saloom. Giving Chasey run the race. And it comes around near side along the half wall. Boucher jumps up to try to glove it down. Still not out here from Navan. Besner will slow down the pace and stop up behind his own net and will direct traffic. 3:40 to go in the second. Game still tied up at 2. Off the wall, back for Boucher. Boucher turns away from Drouin. Boucher falls to the ice. He felt he was hooked, and the referee did not agree. Now Slapping at that one was Sutherland. Pickering. 2 Grads, 2 Lasers trying to jar it loose. Here's Barbin. Drouin. Johnston got a stick to that. And it's plugged up along the far side wall. Sutherland unable to clear. He'll have another attempt. Still can't get it out, as both teams running around trying to gain possession. Boucher out for Marshall. Turned over once again though, and Barbin will get his feet going into the Lasers' end. That backhand attempt just ends up wide. Comes around near side. And Sutherland will backhand one for Boucher. And Boucher on to Johnston and finally put out of play, and the Lasers will change. Jed Raby with some time. Now moving in, and just a little bit hesitant were the Navan Grads entering the zone. Fabro forces his team offside. 2:22 to go in the second. Schroeder for Markhauser onto Gabriel Blouin. That puck just jumps up over the stick of Connor Noonan, and that will go for icing. Connor didn't agree with that. And we will restart from the Canada zone. Liam Markhauser will elect to turn back towards his own net and restart up the ice. Noonan, east-west for Schroeder. Schroeder for Sleeth. Markhauser calling for it at the point. Puck jumped up on him a little bit, and he wasn't able to control. Now off the glass. Intercepted by Liam Markhauser. Sleeth with an opportunity, moving in. That one, a low shot that ends up wide. And he couldn't finish it off, and we've got a delayed penalty coming to Canada. Now moving on, a nice little toe drag from Fabro, but he ran out of real estate in front of Miles Hector. A slashing call will go against Canada. And back to the power play go the Grads. And thus far today, 1 for 4 on the power play are the Navan Grads. Canada so far technically with only 1 power play opportunity. Point to point, but getting a stick to that was Sinclair, and that will allow the Lasers to kill off some of the clock. And JJ Boucher's stick just disintegrates inside of his hand during his clearing attempt. And the Grads keep it in. Weak backhand comes on to Hector, still loose available, but he will stop the play. 69 seconds remaining in the second period. Oh, JJ Boucher will have to get a new twig. McIntyre, Beaudry, Markhauser, Johnston, the penalty killers out there for Canada. And Beaudry will simply plug that up along the wall. Multiple players from both teams trying to jar this one out of there. Still tied up, as Beaudry's doing a great job of killing the clock. Far side corner, that one just squeaks its way by Ethan Osborne. And back to get it is Saloom. Backhand attempt from Locatelli. He's one of the goal scorers for Navan. That one went wide. Osborne. Estrada. And an ill-timed pass will cause that one to get out to center, and Alex Johnston will clear it in. Reynolds calling for the puck along the left wing, and he switches sides of the ice. Keenan Reynolds still with it. using body position to evade Beaudry. Off of Sinclair's skates, and then he will take every opportunity to clear the ice, and that will